Welcome to WineFest 2020, a virtual toast to community. My name is Chris Anderson and I'm the Executive Director of WeCAN. And welcome. This will be a short video showing some stories about WeCAN and the impact we have in the community. We'll also be having a little fun with some wine tasting that you can share with us. This year we're doing things a little different and we are having our auction, but it will be online. So we hope you go to that site both before this video and after to see what we have and the different ways you can support WeCAN. We want to thank you, all of our supporters, all of our partners, our volunteers who are so special, our clients, our staff, our board of directors, our churches, and our partners. Thank you for everything you do. We hope you enjoy this video, and cheers.
The reason that I support WeCAN and why I volunteer here is because I just couldn't accept the idea that there are people, my neighbors in my community, that are struggling like that if I wasn't doing something about it. WeCAN is the way that we help our neighbors that are having trouble making ends meet. You know, folks that are struggling to put food on the table, folks that are having difficulty getting all the things that their children need, like coats or school supplies, all sorts of different things. They can come here to WeCAN and we've got a program that will support whatever their needs are.
Hi, my name is Janice Bradburn. I'm the new Client Services Manager here at WeCAN, and I work with family support and emergency services. WeCAN offers 4 main service areas. The first of the 4 core services is emergency assistance, to keep families and individuals in their homes with a one-time payment for rent, mortgage, or utilities.
My husband died recently last fall. And I was really lost, and the loss of income really hurt. I was struggling, and I came here. These people are remarkable. They're rock stars. They actually genuinely care about you. It isn't some facade that they put on. It's for real. And because of my loss, I was grieving. They have a wonderful counselor here. His name is Matt. He calls me every Tuesday on the phone. We can't physically meet anymore, but we're doing that. And he's sensational. He is. I'm so glad he's got a part of my life. So anybody out there that really needs somebody to talk to that's not judgmental or tell them how to live or anything else, he's very helpful. He's helped me a lot. Part of putting your life back together is, I'm probably not the same person I was before my husband died, but these people are 100%. They are. I've known them long enough to know that they're great people.
The second program that I'm also a part of is family support programs to help families stretch their budgets. Through community in-kind donations, we distribute school supplies, holiday and birthday gifts, winter gear, personal care, and household products.
When I heard about WeCAN, everyone in town was talking about, this is where you need to volunteer. I came in and took a tour, and right away my heart just, got me when I saw that birthday shelf. I loved all the staff here. Their energy and compassion is evident in what they do every day. And I just saw all the resources that we provide for the community. Again, the birthday shelf just seems to kind of pull at my heartstrings. Seeing a family come in, a mother picking out gifts for her child's birthday that's coming up and actually helping them select things, and just seeing the sparkle in their eyes. They get a birthday cake that they can go home and make. They get cards, birthday cards and gift wrap and everything, and just helping them put it all together has just been really rewarding.
Another main core service is food support programs to nourish clients with healthy foods through Meals on Wheels, a mobile market food shelf, and the kids program.
We're foster parents, and right now we have 3 brothers, and this is their second time that they've lived at our home. Great kids. We're super lucky to have them in our lives. There's a great expense that comes with it, you know, and of course the county helps a little bit with a stipend, but anything above and beyond that, you know, that we can find for help is truly appreciated. And you know what, WeCAN's been wonderful. We come in once a week and get the food bags There's choices of different items that we can choose, and those have been very, very helpful to us. And it's nice getting a different variety each week. Kids love the snacks. They absolutely love the snacks. So yeah, it's nice that they can just go to the refrigerator and get a fruit cup, or they can go to the bin and get a granola bar or some raisins or different stuff like that. And yeah, they absolutely love it. You know what, I just think in general WeCAN's been great for the community. I know it's helped us, I know it's helped others, and we're so lucky that it's here and that there's great volunteers. Everybody that we've come in contact with or interacted with at WeCAN, it's absolutely amazing.
And now it's time for WeCAN's Dynamic Duo. David and Jim are off once again to the rescue.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
We used to work together in industry, and I always found him to be a pain in the neck, but I put up with it, and I give him grief, he gives me grief, and we get along most of the time.
He's the great PhD, and I'm just the plant manager. So the two of us have over 80 years of experience in engineering. We apply the same thought patterns, same skills here. So working with WeCAN, we can handle all the environmental regulations, all the food safety regulations. But again, it's creativity, counting and sorting and packing and delivery.
Well, I got involved because I had recently retired and I was looking for something to do. And this is an opportunity for me to do what my Lord tells me, feed the hungry.
I have primarily been food recovery, which is going to the different stores and picking up their donations. And then I've been involved with a mobile market, which is the delivery twice a month to various apartment complexes in the area.
Oh, I certainly get to see a lot of creative people when we go to the apartment complex. It's fun meeting a variety of people who have stories to tell.
And we catch up on, the local happenings in their building. And it's been, a genuine relationship. To me, it seems like it's a high point, but again, it's enjoyable.
And the last but not least, employment and budget programs to equip and educate clients to be self-sufficient. We provide job counselors to assist in resume writing, job searches, and interview skills. Budget classes enhance financial literacy and planning for our clients.
I started with WeCAN as a jobs counselor, and I had a client come in. I helped him apply for a job at Home Depot. And 3 days later, he comes in the store here and he walks up to our desk and talks to the receptionist, says, "What does the number 837-402 or whatever it was, what does that mean to you?" And of course, she had no idea. He said, "That's my new employee number at Home Depot." And the look of pride on his face and the confidence he had, he was on the path to taking care of himself, and that was really good to see. That was an experience that'll stay with me for a long time.
Please get involved. We seek new bodies, younger backs, younger hands.
When we're lifting heavy totes of food, yeah, it's always nice to have extra people to carry the load.
We deliver thousands of pounds of food, and with the two of us, more hands would make an easier task. It's personal interaction, but it's also, there's a physical aspect to it, but we do need more fresh talent to give us a hand. And it'll always be welcome.
It's a very community-driven environment, and I think you'll get to know clients and other neighbors in the community together. There's something for everyone that they can help with packing food bags or handing out coats for the coat drive or the school supplies. There's a variety of different ways you can help in an office environment, one-on-one with the client, or behind the scenes. And again, everyone here that works here and volunteers here is very passionate about what they do, so it's a very warm, friendly environment.
Everybody here is for real. They're not out to get anything, and they aren't just out for themselves. They're out to help other people, and it's a very rare thing these days.
During this time, support for WeCAN is probably even more important than ever before. The demand is going to only increase because of the economic impact of the COVID virus. So it's more important than ever to support WeCAN by volunteering or making a financial contribution. I encourage everybody to join me in doing so.
Hi guys, it's Justin Osborne, a cider maker and founder of Loon Juice. First off, thank you for supporting WeCAN. We really appreciate it. I'm here to walk you through your Honeycrisp tasting, which you should have received. Here at Loon Juice, we make all types of cider. We make extra juicy, we make strawberry shandy, we make mango grapefruit, we make rosé, we make grow pear, but it's the Honeycrisp that started it all for us. This is our flagship, and that's what you guys have. Now, how this cider came to be, how it started out. I mean, I'm a winemaker by trade. We're in our winery now. These are actually bourbon barrels behind me, but we're also doing that. But most of what we do is wine, and as a winemaker, we know that if you want to make the best wine, you have to start with the best grapes. That's common knowledge. And several years ago, when I was thinking about cider, I was thinking that it didn't seem like people were applying that basic principle to cider. You know, you have to get the best apples. And up here in the upper Midwest, we all know that the best apple is the Honeycrisp apple. So we sought out only Honeycrisp apples for our cider, and that's the only type of apple we've ever used. We don't use concentrates, we don't use any other variety of apple, we just use fresh Honeycrisp juice. That's the only thing that goes in Loon Juice. So first and foremost, that's what we started off with. Next, what we do, you know, when we receive this fresh juice, and it's delicious, by the way, we ferment it with only Pridamousse yeast, okay? Also known as PDM yeast. It's made popular, or that strain of yeast is popular because that's what they use in France for the secondary fermentation that gives champagne its bubbles. It's a very nice, light, bright, crisp, reliable fermenter. And that's the only yeast that we've ever used with Loon Juice. It's champagne yeast. And we ferment that down to dryness, and then we use a process known as sus reserve. And it's really not so much of a process, it's just a technique of reserving a portion of your fresh juice behind. Don't ferment that, and you add that in at the end. So when we're making Loon Juice, let's say we take this glass here, we ferment this down, yeast consumes all the sugar, it's dry, and then we have saved this fresh Honeycrisp juice, and we add that together. That's how we sweeten our Loon Juice up. It's only sweetened to like 2.25%, so it's actually pretty dry. We're trying to get you to taste is just a perfect balance here. I mentioned that Loon Juice is not very sweet. It's not. It has about 1/4 of the amount of sugar that milk has in it, and we want that very light sweetness to play with the acidity, the natural acidity of the Honeycrisp, and then also the tannin too. We use some processes when we're making this to try and boost the tannin in it. So if you try it, obviously apple is the first thing you get. I get a slight hint of maybe some bread, and you can get that from that PDM yeast a little bit. But I also get it's like a perfect harmony of sweetness, acid, and astringency. So you should be left with just a little bit of a in your mouth once you're done. You know, all in all, it's a very simple beverage. You know, we used to have a saying that said, made with 3 ingredients, 4 if you include magic, and that's true. If you look on our label, the only ingredients you'll find hard cider, so that's fermented apple juice. You'll find fresh cider, and you'll find a little bit of malic acid in it. So try and keep it simple. Let the Honeycrisp apples do the talking, and yeah, that's about it. Enjoy.
Hi guys, my name is Jason Pratt and I'm a Master Cicerone with Miller COORS. Today we're excited to show you a beer out of the Blue Moon Brewing Company, Blue Moon LIGHTSKY. We know the sessionable craft space is really exploding right now, and consumers are looking for something that not only delivers a lighter flavor profile, but also delivers a ton of flavor. What we wanted to do was capture all of these trends. Blue Moon, we know it owns 2 things. Blue Moon owns the wheat beer space, and Blue Moon owns citrus. We partnered with the brewers at Blue Moon Rhino out in Denver, and really wanted to deliver a beer that was great across the board. And we really feel like we got there with Blue Moon LIGHTSKY. LIGHTSKY is a beer that uses malted barley and wheat in the traditional Blue Moon sense. We're also using tangerine peel. Now, traditional Blue Moon is going to use Valencia orange peel. We wanted to keep it a familiar citrus, but have something that was a little bit unique with a little bit of a twist. We're also using tropical hops to sort of accent those flavors. So we're using Citra, Amarillo, Mosaic, and Azacca hops. With Blue Moon LIGHTSKY, you've got a beer that's light, refreshing, 95 calories, and 4% ABV. And we feel like it's the perfect blend for that consumer that's looking for a light citrus wheat beer. Let's get into a little bit of an AATMF here. When we talk about AATMF, it's the appearance, the aroma, the taste, the mouthfeel, and the finish. So we're going to start off with our pour. Got our Blue Moon glass. Our first A is appearance. What you're going to notice with this is that wheat that we're using in this beer causes a great haze. So it looks like a Blue Moon beer. It's got a beautiful haze and a bright golden color with a pillowy white foam head on top. Next up is our aroma, right? So we're going to swirl the glass, take a couple quick sniffs. What you're going to notice is that perfect blend of tangerine peel, you've got that bright citrus character from that, and then the accent from the tropical hops, so things like mango and pineapple that are really coming through. And underlying all of that is a soft, bready note that you get from the wheat and the barley malt. Next up is our taste, which is everybody's favorite. With the taste, I think this is all about balance. So you're getting a ton of flavor considering the calories and carbs in this. We're really noticing that there's a perfect balance of sweetness to tartness, really nice flavor of that tangerine and the tropical hops coming through, without a lot of bitterness, I think, which is important with a beer that's this light in profile. Next up is mouthfeel. The beer is brisk, light, and refreshing, and it's the perfect balance of all of those flavors coming together. And then finally in the finish, you notice it finishes very clean with a hint of citrus right at the end. So this is Blue Moon LIGHTSKY, guys. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bean, and I'm very excited to tell you about COORS Seltzer, a hard seltzer made with a mission to taste good and do good. COORS Seltzer is the first hard seltzer rooted in a higher purpose to give back, making it easy for consumers to make a positive impact on the world. We're partnering with Change the Course to help protect America's rivers that provide clean water to wildlife and millions of people. Change the Course is a national nonprofit organization that brings together corporations, conservation organizations, and the public to raise awareness about fresh water, reduce water footprints, and ensure clean and reliable waters for rivers, commerce, and communities. If you're wondering, okay, how are we going to do this? With each 12-pack of COORS Seltzer purchased, we're committing to restoring 500 gallons of clean water to America's rivers. We're going to do this by donating $1 per case to Change the Course and their river initiatives. We project that in year one, we'll restore 1 billion gallons of river water. That's 192 times the size of the Mississippi River. COORS Seltzer will come in 4 delicious flavors: black cherry, mango, lemon lime, and grapefruit. It will be available in 3 SKUs, the 12-pack variety, a 16-ounce single serve in black cherry, and a 24-ounce single serve in black cherry. We are energized by the COORS Seltzer proposition, and we hope you are too, because giving back never tasted so good.
Hi, my name is Patricio Zambrano. I am the Regional Director of Sales and Operations in the Midwest for Union Wine Company, based in Tualatin, Oregon. Today, I would like to begin by saying thank you to the WeCAN Foundation for inviting us to be a part of this virtual gathering. I will be your host, and I will take you through a tasting of 3 of our wines of our Underwood brand, starting with the Pinot Gris. As you can tell from my screen, I have wines in a can and I have wines in a bottle. This is only because the same wines that go into our bottles is the exact same wine that goes into our cans. We are the only winery in the United States, and perhaps the planet, that owns their own canning facility that is dedicated exclusively to the packaging of wine. We do not lease these facilities to anybody else. These facilities operate 24 hours a day, exclusively for the canning of Underwood wines. We started Underwood in 2012 and started as a disruptive joke for a festival in Portland, Oregon. It was kind of illicit, but it happened. And it was a success, and now the sky's the limit. We started from 500 cases in 2012, and in 2020, the projection, even with COVID and the pandemic and the crisis, we will be selling 450,000 cases. We created a category, and we are the leaders. Pinot Gris is one of the 3 main white varietals grown in Oregon, particularly in the Willamette Valley, down in the south, in the Umpqua and Applegate valleys. All within Oregon, you can find Pinot Gris, where actually, even though the name will say in French that it's a great grape, it's a kind of a pink grape when it ripens. And something that we do in Underwood is we actually have a certain amount of contact with the skin during fermentation. So if you were to pour this wine in a glass, you will see that the wine has a certain amount of color. It's not really white, and a slightly higher amount of glycerin or a bigger mouthfeel. I hope that you like it. It has a lot of tropical fruit, a lot of peat fruit flavors, stone fruit flavors, and a lingering finish that I find very appealing. Now onto the bubbles. We first released the bubbles in 2018. We decided to create the golden bubbles and the rosé bubbles. That is what you're going to taste. We made 20,000 cases. We had no idea what we created since we sold out in 6 months. The rosé bubbles have become, in 2 years, the single best-selling rosé wine of any kind, still or sparkling, and also of any price point, coming out of Oregon in only 2 years. This is a blend of grapes. It's based on Pinot Noir, but it also has a significant amount of Pinot Gris. Most of the grapes come from the Willamette Valley, but it also has a certain amount of grapes coming from the southern part of the state, mainly the Applegate Valley. This amount of grapes from the Applegate Valley will give it a certain amount of a backbone. Now, there are mainly 2 styles, 2 methods to make a sparkling wine. What everybody knows as méthode champenoise, or méthode traditionnelle, which is what they call in Italy the way they make champagne in France. A second fermentation on the bottle, time-consuming, expensive, great wines. Or a closed fermentation tank, capturing the CO2, which is the byproduct of fermentation, which is how they make Prosecco. Now, in this particular case, it's forced carbonation, and we do it this way because we put it on cans. So we need to know the exact amount of pressure that every can will have to avoid that can that is on your hand is going to explode as you're taking a hike or you're taking these cans on your boat. So we have to control that. Now, the flavors that we achieve with this particular wine, or at least that I taste, are mainly of raspberries. Get a hint of strawberries, even watermelon some days. As you know, wine is a living thing, and it will not always taste the same. And whatever I taste doesn't have to taste the same to you as well. The main thing with wine is that you enjoy it as the wine was meant for. That was the main reason wine was created, for you to enjoy it. So, cheers. And to finish the night, Pinot Noir. When you think of Oregon, the first thing that comes to mind is Pinot Noir. I truly believe that some of the best Oregon Pinot Noirs can rival some of the best Burgundies. Perhaps not Underwood, but some of the very best. I'm glad and proud to say that we do own some brands like Alchemist and Amity Vineyards that I will put them side to side with some Burgundian wines. I show you Alchemist only because I want you to know that Union Wine Company produces not only value brand wines. However, we are very proud of Underwood. The wine in your can is a 2018 produced wine, which, depending on the day that this event is going to take place, is going to be named Top 100 Wines of 2020 by Wine Enthusiast magazine. That's a fact. And there might be a second very famous magazine also that's going to be naming it a Top 100 Wine. That's still in the works, we'll see. Enthusiast is a fact. So what you're drinking is supposed to be a very best buy, so enjoy. Underwood is a wine that is made to be enjoyed now. You don't have to think what you're going to eat with this wine. It's low alcohol, it's younger vines, it's an Oregon appellated wine. It's one from all over the state. Fresh. There's no wood in this wine. There is not a wood treatment into this wine. Drink it by itself. Drink it with a slice of pizza. Drink it with a salad. Take it in your boat. Take it on a hike. Take it on a picnic. It's a wine the way that wine was meant to be, just to be enjoyed by itself, to be enjoyed with your loved ones. Don't think about it too much. Just enjoy it, be happy. And I just want to say again, thank you to WeCAN for having us, for inviting us to be a part of this event, and to every one of you, be safe, be healthy, and here's hoping that 2020 will end, and will end very, very soon. Thank you all.
We hope you enjoyed those stories about the impact WeCAN makes in our community. We couldn't do any of this without your support. So don't forget that our online auction has been going on, and it will still be happening for a few more hours tonight. So check it out. There's many things you can do there to support us. And check out the Fund a Need categories this year. We expanded them, and there's specific ways where you can support families from WeCAN. I want to make a couple of thanks this year to Bridgewater Bank for being our sponsor, to Ron Gust for doing so much to support us, and for all of you who donated items for our auction. We appreciate your support so much. And we hope that this year, even though times are tough, you'll be able to support us in as many ways as you can. Thank you again. Cheers.